Chris.
Heath.
Oh, shabba-dabba, hush-shabba, shabba.
Go on.
I'm speaking in tongues because I got the spirit.
What do you make of this, Samantha?
The spirit of...
I look down on people who romanticize the Titanic, be it office parties or VR attractions. I see it as being in poor taste. Mm-hmm. But then I will go ahead and treat church the same way. I'll jam out to gospel bangers. Chris saw me listen to the hit songs from Sister Act. I made him watch them with me.
Sure did.
I will drink all of their juice, but the moment a Mormon tries to get me to come to holiday mass, I'm like, be gone! Hell no! It turns into a stealth sequence. I try to lose them in the produce aisle. But we're going to church today.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of church talk during the Deltarune section. This is a video game podcast, after all. That's Mobius Tubes, episode 126, being recorded on July 12th, 2025. Samantha's with us.
Hi.
We'll address it in the back half of this episode, but this might be her final appearance for a little while, so enjoy it while it lasts. How are you three of us doing? Staying cool on these hot summer days?
Yeah, it's pretty gross out there.
Yeah, best to be avoided. Good thing, video games are best enjoyed from the comfort of an air-conditioned apartment.
Yeah, we are never, as a friend group, going to go on a camping trip, are we?
I've been camping only once in my entire life.
I would go camping.
You would go camping.
I would take a little convincing.
I like seeing the stars without light pollution. I think it's really interesting.
Oh, you're cooked, dude. The moment you have kids, you're going marshmallow graham cracker every Sunday.
Hey, s'mores are delicious.
They are.
Well, as the listeners will have seen by the duration of this episode, it's going to be a jam-packed one. We might as well dive right in. 2 games we've been playing. We've got a few different games to discuss. Let's hit the listeners with something fresh, something we haven't discussed before. Samantha and I have rolled credits on a hot new game from this year, Split Fiction, from Hazelight Studios. This is the studio Joseph Fares works at. Bit of a notorious man working in the industry. Samantha, I'm about to throw it over to you, but this is our 3rd Hazelight game we've played through together. The studio kind of known for making dedicated cooperative games.
Did I play the only one you guys haven't played?
We did circle back and play A Way Out, actually.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I don't know how it ends. Don't spoil it.
Okay.
Do they find a way out?
You won't believe what happens next. Chris played A Tale of Two Sons, but I have not played that.
They're only single-player game.
Yeah.
But the rest of their catalog are games that having a partner is mandatory. There is no way to play it by yourself. And that's where you came in, Samantha. So we played Split Fiction together. What's the premise? What's the setup?
You're making me do that? Okay.
Yeah, you're great at that.
If you botch it, he'll just do it
Perfect.
over it.
Yeah, he'll just re-record it. You are 2 young women, Zoe and Mio. Both of you are aspiring authors in different genres. You're invited to Raider Publishing, ostensibly for a book deal. But you come in and the sweet-talking CEO is like, no. We have this new technology. We can bring the books to life in sort of a VR simulator. And so your readers, instead of reading your book, which is boring and lame, they'll get to live out your book.
Thanks to our magic machine.
Our big machine. The machine is such a centerpiece of this story. Mio is uncomfortable with this whole deal.
Mio writes sci-fi.
Mio writes sci-fi, and she's uncomfortable with this whole deal because she's like, I don't know, this seems medical, and it makes me uncomfortable. I'm leaving. And CEO's like, you can't leave. This is so important. And during the scuffle, she falls into Zoe's VR bubble. There aren't supposed to be 2 people in the VR station at the same time.
Worlds are colliding.
And things start going haywire. Zoe's fantasy book is colliding with Mio's sci-fi book.
Oh, sorry. So the sci-fi one finds herself in the fantasy world?
And vice versa.
They are each other's fish in each other's waters?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where the cooperative adventure begins in a 2-player game where one of us plays as Mio, the other picks Zoe. I will say, as this is my 3rd or 4th Hazelight game, my very high expectations were met. and not quite exceeded until the very end, which did really impress me with the final level. More on that later. How does this compare to your expectations, Samantha?
I think I agree with you on both counts. I guess I will say that I'd heard that the story was not very good. And with It Takes Two, I think that's definitely the case. By the end of It Takes Two, I don't really feel like I was that endeared to either of the characters, Cody and May. I kind of thought that maybe their marriage fell apart because neither of them are very considerate or kind people. And it makes sense that their daughter seems to be pretty okay with them having abandoned her, apparently. Zoe and Mio are totally different. I liked both of them so much. Was the plot super unpredictable? No, it was pretty clear who the villain was going to be. And he was very evil, and he had his typical chaotic rise to villainy. But I liked the heartfelt moments between the two girls, the way we saw them connect and kind of get to know each other. I really thought it gave it an emotional core to the story, which I felt like It Takes Two may have lacked.
I'm going to circle back on the plot specifics because I think I'm going to have a hot take.
Okay.
I don't think I'd recommend anyone tune into Split Fiction or any Hazelight game for that matter for the plot. I would push that to the side. It's a gameplay first and foremost experience.
Yes.
If you tune back however many episodes on Mobius Tubes to listen to It Takes Two talk, you can port over a lot of those impressions directly to Split Fiction. Many of them apply. I was very impressed. I guess it's a little less novel since how many times I've seen it now, but the way they divide player responsibilities and how you're doing very asymmetrical tasks. I love that gimmick in their games. It makes it feel like no matter which partner you are, the job you're doing is important and different than your companion.
One of my favorite executions in Split Fiction in particular is there are times where one player is acting as the environment and the other player is navigating that environment.
Very creative ideas.
And the person acting as the environment has to move the environment in a way that the other player can navigate it. It's very fun no matter which side you're on, and it's really great.
It's paced very well. The fresh ideas keep coming at a rapid click. Mm-hmm. I will say occasionally, and this is bound to happen as more and more Hazelight games come out, but I will see, okay, you kind of are sending this old idea into this new game. So It Takes Two had a magnet section, and for a while in Split Fiction, I was once again doing mechanical puzzle stuff with magnets again.
To be fair, I wasn't.
True. I'll say, tell me what you think, Samantha. I'll be curious. But as I play the newer and newer Hazelight games, I'm of the opinion the skill threshold keeps climbing up.
Oh.
I do think this game had some more challenging segments than It Takes Two. I mean, we 100%ed this game, and there was at least one achievement that was of a level of difficulty.
I think there are sections of Split Fiction that are harder than anything you're asked to do in It Takes Two.
I feel
from
like
a dexterity standpoint.
It Takes Two, if you have a partner who has played Animal Crossing, you could play It Takes Two with them. I think they would be able to handle it. If you don't have a partner who plays at least a little video games, they're not going to be able to play Split Fiction.
Yeah, some video game fluency is required,
right?
I think.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned, these are primarily platforming, some light third-person action going on. That's kind of what you should expect. We'll say, even though I think the level of difficulty is trending up in Hazelight games, I think they are still very fair in the sense that checkpoints are some of the most generous I've ever seen. If you hit a fail state, you aren't losing almost any progress. In fact, I think we might have hit one or two checkpoints that sent us past the part we died.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Also, if in most sections, if you die, you will immediately respawn. So you don't have to be really skilled to play these games. Eventually you will be able to pass the obstacle.
Yeah, and the fact that to truly hit a fail state, both players need to die at the same time.
Right.
That means You do need some video game fluency to enjoy this, but there can be a delta in the partner's skills. One partner can effectively carry the other pretty well.
And there were definitely sections in this game where one or the other of us was carrying, because like certain boss segments are hard for me to dodge, but Chris is like easy street.
And vice versa. And yeah, if I notice Samantha has died, I will just make it my number one priority. Don't even try to make progress. I'll just survive for the next 6 seconds and she'll be back in the game.
Right. And then it's essentially like you have an extra life and that your partner.
You can strategically trade off your deaths, which is pretty generous. I'll say one thing that was replaced in It Takes Two, there were kind of like little side diversions where you would compete with your partner in a mini game. There was even one where Samantha and I played a game of chess in It Takes Two. Those are gone from Split Fiction. What they've been replaced with
is
what the game calls side stories, which are a good excuse for the developer to kind of throw in smaller, more bite-sized levels they couldn't maybe flesh out into an entire section of the game, just to mix up a lot of variety.
They knew it would have gotten 100 on Metacritic if they made Moon Market a full-length chapter.
Our favorite side story was Moon Market. Pop off, Samantha. What did you like about that?
Okay, so Moon Market is basically bait for girls. Let me explain.
The vibes were awesome. I was having a great time in Moon Market.
It's spooky. The mission is you're hunting down ghost cats who are cute. There are cats. It's a bunch of little mole people and other little cutesy creatures at this little market for witches. They have potions you can brew.
They had a firework display.
You could shoot some fireworks into the sky, all in this beautiful
backdrop. You can
backdrop.
race giant snails.
There was a giant cat. It was so me-coded. I loved every second of it.
I'm sorry. Did you guys pronounce it Mew Market?
Moon Market.
Moon? Like the moon?
The
like it's under
celestial
the
body.
moon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I started hearing cats and I was like, is it mewing like a cat?
Oh, no.
Okay. It's the moon. All right.
It's the moon.
Yeah, there's like a little segment where you're wearing different hats and they determine what flowers you grow under your feet. It was just... I was having so much fun there. I wanted that to be a full chapter, and I was sad I had to leave.
No, this game was great. I really liked it. What was your favorite gameplay main level, do you think, Samantha?
I know which level you're going to say, so I'll say something different.
Okay.
And that was the fantasy level where you have shape-shifting powers. Mio can transform into a big ape and a swimming otter. Zoe can transform into like a little fairy and then a big tree, which kind of looks like Groot.
Right. And then depending on who you transform into, it'll change how you interact with the level.
Right. Yeah. It's obviously like different transformations have different abilities and you'll have to work together, the whole premise of the game.
I liked the shooting level.
The shooting level was very good.
I'll say in general, the fantasy levels, more pleasant for me to look at, but I enjoyed the gameplay hooks of the sci-fi levels more on the whole. I just found that dichotomy kind of intriguing.
I'm doing a disservice to the sci-fi level where I got to be a bunch of little guys in a ball.
Oh, you're spider guys, yeah.
I loved them. I got to be a little boat.
You're being all sorts of things in this game.
Yeah.
I will say, by and large, expectations met consistently until you hit the final level of this game where Split Fiction gets elevated into peak fiction. They truly saved the best for last. I won't ruin it, but they play with perspectives in very creative ways, doing things I haven't seen a video game do before. I'll say less for fear of spoiling it, but the last part of the game is an absolute highlight. Do you agree, Samantha?
The things they did, I will think about for quite a while.
Yeah, I will as well. And now if I would be a little negative for a bit, this in no way tarnishes the game really, but I'll kind of push back a little bit against what Samantha was saying, how she enjoyed the Split Fiction story better than their previous outing, It Takes Two.
I guess maybe I should walk that back a little bit. I feel like I liked the characters much more.
Okay.
The story was fine.
I do agree the protagonists in Split Fiction are more likable.
I liked their backstories too, even if they were a little trite.
Sure. I guess where I'm coming from is that It Takes Two, the previous game, I'm going to say that story was kind of strange and amusingly bad. that story has some rough edges to it that make it. There were scenes taking place. I couldn't believe my eyes. They went there.
Joseph Ferris was like, haha, this is really funny. And everyone was like, was it, Joseph? Was that funny?
It was a memorable story. It was not a well-told one. There weren't great messages to take away from it, but it stood out. It had sort of an identity where I'm going to say Split Fiction, while the writing is more competently done and more coherently told. Unfortunately, I think that improvement in the storytelling just elevated it into like the generic zone, where the Split Fiction story was more bland to me. The sharp edges had been sanded off, and it just became more blasé, where It Takes Two, less competently written, but I was having more fun soaking it in, if that makes sense.
The times when more plot was revealed in It Takes Two were more exciting, when then it would cut to Raider Publishing CEO, and we'd be like, wow, he's so predictable right now. We'd be like talking to each other about the level.
Sure.
Yeah.
I also do want to touch on the message of the game.
Oh.
It comes at you strong.
At first, it's subtle, and then at one point, I feel like Joseph Ferris is talking to me through the screen.
So if you want to avoid hearing what the story is a metaphor for in Split Fiction, go ahead and skip to the next timestamp in the description. But Joseph Ferris, when he's waking up these days, he's no longer walking to his bathroom, looking in the mirror and being like, fuck the Oscars. Now he's saying, fuck AI.
Okay.
He's really angry that AI is stealing from artists and using their work to make AI artwork. This whole game is saying, look, this machine can make stories, but those stories are hollow and they'll have no meaning because true fiction is driven from your own like personal experience.
You said parts of it were subtle. I'm not sure I agree with that.
Chris,
they show up at Raider Publishing, where their magic machine extracts the stories from the people's bodies.
Why I said it was subtle is because it took us a chapter to realize what was going on.
Right. And then it becomes propaganda. He's like, there's no redeeming qualities to AI ever.
It's kind of funny because you hear the concept of Raider's machine and you're like, whoa, that's really cool. It can take the story out of her head and then I can go live it.
So much potential.
Somebody give this to all of my favorite authors. And then he's like using it for evil to like suck all their ideas away. And you're like, oh.
Right. Non-consensually. Every idea you had.
And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. It's like artists posting their work online being like, hey, please commission me. And then like not getting commissioned because AI can use their picture as training data.
I guess it rubbed me a little bit of the wrong way as someone who would like to see the potential of creativity with generative AI. I would have liked to see a little bit more nuance in the plot instead of it's always bad, it'll never be good.
I think AI is quite useful for things like programming and tasks that have a correct answer. I don't know how I feel. I don't really like the use of AI in arts because I kind of agree with what Joseph Ferris said. Art is all about the human experience, and an AI can't mimic that. And I just think it's pretty soulless. It's like hotel art, you know, like the art you see in your hotel room. It's like, it means nothing. It's just there to look pretty.
I feel like that's doing hotel art a disservice.
Okay.
But no,
I guess it was at least created by a human.
Right. I mean, so humans create soulless art as well, like the art in a hotel.
Right.
You're saying.
But an AI can't make a heart-filled art, you know? Do you get what I'm saying?
I'll save this. I think that AI-generated art, especially that Pixar-looking kind, and now I'm getting YouTube ads that were like, oh, GLP-1 inhibitors for weight loss. It's like they use a generated big lady and then a generated smaller lady. Mm-hmm. And that has retroactively cheapened movies like Inside Out.
Yeah.
Okay, because they look similar.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you feel, Chris, if an AI listened to all of our podcasts and then made a Mobius AI tubes? You probably wouldn't like that very much.
As the creator of Mobius tubes, I probably wouldn't like that very much.
Yeah.
If it was indistinguishable, if the audience member listening to it couldn't tell the difference, are they worse off for it?
Yes. because the AI is just generating garbage?
Well,
nothing original?
If they're generating garbage, you should be able to tell the difference.
Okay, here's the thing. AI can't come up with new information. So when it generates art, it's like Heath just used the Pixar example. It's cheapening the Pixar stuff, but it can't come up with Pixar 2. The only people that can come up with Pixar 2 are the people who made Pixar 1. And the people who made Pixar are not going to have jobs if the AI continually makes art on their level. We're right now taking advantage of artists. And some people are like, oh, this is great because art is so expensive and inaccessible, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to have no new art if the artists can't afford to feed themselves. So
that's not his argument, though.
No.
He was trying to give an example of a podcast that would pass the Turing test.
Okay.
Right. My whole example is predicated on the audience can't tell the difference.
But how is an AI going to create a podcast that does pass the Turing test if they can't have new information?
If I fed it a couple hundreds of hours of Chris, I could absolutely fool you. I couldn't. But that's where I very proactively say some outlandish stuff and vary my intonation so much that I can't be replaced.
Yeah. You've got job security locked down. There's a greater debate here that I'm not sure I want to have right this second.
Okay.
Yeah, the AC needs to be on if we're going to go down that route.
Yeah.
I will say new works of art cut whole cloth purely from generative AI. That sounds pretty icky to me. I'm thinking of it as a tool leveraged by artists. There's some big potential there.
I think that would be great. Like, I know animation takes forever. That could be something that AI could speed along, because I imagine there are some segments, I don't know anything about animation, where you know what you want to do and you don't really need to be every detail. An AI could take care of that for you. That would be great.
Right.
How do you think the Game Awards voting group feels about AI?
I would think they're pretty down on it.
Right. So, given that this game wasn't a total stinker and It Takes Two got the Game of the Year, do you think there will be some protest votes in Split Fiction's favor?
I'll go on the record. I think we will see Split Fiction nominated for Game of the Year.
I agree.
I don't know if it'll win, and I think that's more of a consequence of 2025 being a stronger year for games overall.
Right, because Elden Ring 3 came out, yeah.
Which game are you referring to?
Isn't
Night
there
Rain?
something Elden Ring coming out this year?
Night Rain came out already. Very good. All right. Any final thoughts on Split Fiction?
When your boyfriend wants to be Mio because she's the hotter one, don't let him. You want to be.
I feel like Mio was the more boy-coded of the two.
And why can't I have boy-coded interests?
You can.
Yeah,
Which one
that's
swings
right.
a sword?
Mio.
Yeah,
There you
baby. I will say I did have to kill the computer lady, and I didn't want to do that, so maybe I should have been Zoe.
Okay. And now we will move on. Is it Deltarune time?
Before we get into the majority of what we're about to talk about is chapter 4, but I've written so much as a debrief of last episode.
Okay, I'll just tee us up. We're once again, anyone who's listened to recent episodes, you know the drill. We're going to once again talk for like 60 minutes about Deltarune. This is the latest game from Toby Fox. It's been releasing episodically. Chapters 3 and 4 came out like a month ago. We've all played it, and we've all been really liking it. Heath, jump on in.
At first, I struggled to sympathize with Chris. I don't care to watch someone else consume the media. I would like to be the one consuming it. On the one hand, I endorse this message because I, too, resonate much more strongly with something I have played as opposed to something I have watched. See Nier Automata. On the other, I would rather look up the other two endings of Mass Effect 3 rather than play through the trilogy again, because it satisfies my curiosity at the expense of having the complete experience. And so I searched my brain for all the experiences I wouldn't dare trade for the secondhand version and found two universal paradigms.
Okay.
Pets and girls. Samantha, if I said I wanted to get a cat, and you said instead of that, just come over to my apartment and play with my cats. Your cats may be a great hang, but
they are.
We'd be kidding ourselves if we thought that was a perfect substitute for any number of reasons. Attachment takes time, etc.
I wouldn't do that. Get a cat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you wouldn't let me come chill.
You can come see the girls.
Okay. Similarly, if I said I really wanted a girlfriend, and Chris said, instead of that, just come over to my apartment and play with my girlfriend. Your girlfriend may be a great hang.
She is.
But there's no passion, no butterflies in the stomach, etc. So, with that mental gymnastics I had to do to sympathize with Chris, to you, video games are the hottest, fluffiest girlfriend/pet imaginable. And who am I to deny you the satisfaction?
Well done, Heath. So this was in response to me being a little butthurt last episode because I was getting skill checked by a very difficult section of Deltarune Chapter 3. I will go back
Which is optional, listeners. You do not have to do this section to play the game.
You don't have to do it to see credits.
Yeah.
You do have to do it if you want to continue making progress towards that goal you committed yourself to and invested a lot of time into already in Chapter 1 and 2.
Okay, mister, it took me 2 tries each time. How much time did you invest?
Being emboldened by hearing that Heath did in fact pass the challenge I was being denied from last episode, I went back to Chapter 3, tried it again, sunk about 45 more minutes into fighting this adversary, and I still couldn't beat him, bringing my total cumulative attempt time to just shy of 2 hours, and I just couldn't do it. And so I threw in the towel. It felt real bad. I don't know. I feel like the sheer spike in difficulty is just out of whack because the equivalent challenge in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 took me 2 or 3 attempts both times. We're now in like a dozen plus, 15 plus attempts in, and I still can't do it. It's like you way overcorrected, Toby.
I don't know. I think I agree with what Heath said last episode in that the reward for beating all these hard bosses is going to be a really hard boss. So hearing that, and as soon as I heard that, Heath, I was like, oh, yeah, that's absolutely true. I became less concerned with having all of them because I'm not going to beat the really, really hard guy. I couldn't even beat Undyne in the genocide route. I can't handle Sans. I'm not ready.
The ease with which you beat Chapters 1 and 2 special bosses, that to me, it just sounds like a fluke. The fact that you were able to do it in such quick succession, that is not normal. That was not the intention by the game designer.
Jevil took me far more than 2 tries. So you just got really good at that.
I think it very clearly puts into contrast how big of a jump that third one is.
I think for you, the jump is exaggerated because you're like, oh, the first 2 were easier. And I'm like, they were easier. That is true. They were not that much easier.
The final boss will be as big of a jump.
Yeah. When you trade in all your shadow crystals, Sham's going to be like, yeah, go to this secret tunnel or whatever. And it's going to be a guy that kicks your ass so badly, turn 1. You're going to be like, this is impossible.
Well, that theory sounds very probable. It is ultimately speculation. You guys don't know that.
We don't know. It's just, it seems so right. I can't imagine a world where that's not true.
And then to jump on Heath's essay he wrote there, we are playing video games, the medium that differentiates itself by being interactive.
Sure.
I want to play them, not watch them. That's why it's a video game.
Right.
And that's my point summarized.
You played the game.
We already went far too long on this topic last episode. Should we move to Chapter 4,
Let's
the new
please.
stuff?
Let's talk about Chapter 4.
Chapter 4, the latest one released. General impressions, spoiler free. I've got some things to say. I've been appreciating the willingness to keep shaking up the chapter structure again and again. I enjoy being kept on my toes like that. Chapter 1 or 2 more or less established a formula for what you think the chapters are going to be structured like. And then Chapter 3 mixes things up for the first time with kind of a self-contained bottle episode. And then Chapter 4, once again, it's kind of all over the place.
Chapter 4 felt like 4 chapters.
Right. I kept being surprised where it was going.
Yeah.
So that fresh pace is enjoyable to me.
I think the music was so strong in this chapter.
I mean, the music was so strong and insert chapter has been true the whole time.
I think that this chapter, the music is incorporated into the environment more than it's been in the past. And I think that is Toby leveraging his strongest suit, perhaps, to make this chapter shine even brighter.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like Chapter 4's music was a step down, in fact. And
Wow.
I know people are saying Heath just can't handle different time signatures that aren't 4/4. Second Sanctuary sounds a little bit too much like a ringtone to me.
Damn.
And I hear you saying, well, it's TV time sounds like you're jumping on Yoshi. And
What about Gyahaha?
his theme. Is that the really slow one or when it picks up?
The normal one.
When you're fighting him?
No. Just the one you hear when you first see him.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Heath, I also want to question you on specific songs.
Sure.
How did you feel about the new Chapter 4 battle theme from now on? Replacing Rude Buster.
There's many Chapter 4 battle themes. The first
the
one.
kind of generic one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Tonally consistent with the
Environment.
setting.
Yeah.
Yep. Feels right at home. I heard it initially and I liked it right off the bat, and then it just kept growing for me to the point where I might prefer it to Rude Buster now.
This is wrong. It's a good song, but I clearly am funk pilled. I much prefer. I want the songs to make me feel like I'm the hero and not necessarily a reflection of the person that I'm fighting. Chaos King, yeah, it's the king's theme. Attack a Killer Queen, yeah, that's the queen's theme. It's TV time. I feel like I am the star of the show as much as Death by Glamour, I was the star of the show.
Okay.
I clearly resonate much more strongly with those tunes. I have an example of something from my copy of the game that I know is not in your guys' copy of the game.
Oh, I do know what you're referencing.
I don't.
Well, okay. You know how much of Chapter 4 plays with light and dark?
Yes.
There is a light switch on the wall. And if you know the little fez guys, the little cup red guys,
Yes.
you know what a fez is, right?
It's the hat.
Yeah, but mainly because it's like religious attire.
Oh, I thought they were cups from the juice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyway, it just says a microscopic one is hanging out on a switch. And Toby layers in that, this must be what they mean by Switch exclusive content.
Because you were the only one playing it on Nintendo Switch.
Okay, that was actually not what I thought you were referencing.
Oh,
so
good.
that's
It
pretty
worked
good.
out.
Yeah.
Chris, as it turns out, is also goated at piano and staring contest world champion if you look at him through the telescope.
Yeah.
I spent minutes
That's pretty good.
because I wanted him to like shrug or flip me off or something.
Why? You're in control.
Nobody hates me. They hates me.
But they can't do anything about
They
it.
can't do anything? Damn. Then how the hell? Clearly they can.
Oh, I mean, sometimes they can.
Yeah.
Hey, did you play both routes?
I've completed both routes.
Okay. All right. Just make sure.
Worth getting on the record, I played the conventional route, and then Samantha showed me cherry-picked key scenes from the other one.
We played up until we got booted out of Noelle's house.
Speaking of that, no spoilers, but early on in the chapter, I was glued to the screen during all of the narrative exposition happening in Noelle's house. I was equally invested in both the character relationship dynamics that were unfolding, while also getting to dive a little bit into the mysteries and intrigue happening on the sidelines. I was desperate to learn more about. While the rest of the chapter was undoubtedly great, unfortunately, I think Chapter 4 kind of peaked early for me, at least in my opinion, where Noelle's house was the highlight, and then the rest couldn't quite compare.
It's very hard to beat a section that is simultaneously answering and forming new questions about like the central tension of the plot, and also get to see those girls on the couch. You know?
Right.
I love it.
No, it was so good.
Yeah.
I was giggling the whole time. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether I should blame myself for this, but I guess one slight disappointment I've run into is that I developed the wrongful assumption on my part that after seeing Chapter 1 get a lot of Susie development, Chapter 2, Noelle and Birdley join the crew, learn all about them. I kind of thought, okay, Toby's establishing this cadence where each chapter we're going to flesh out a new party member. And then that ended up not being the case in Chapter 3 or 4.
It's my fault. Yeah, sorry.
So I was a bit of a letdown. Maybe it was wrong for me to ever assume that, but that's not the case. The cast is not as large in scope as I was expecting it to become.
Well, as you said, chapters 1 and 2 had a very specific structure, and then chapters 3 and 4 kind of threw that structure out the window. With that comes the opportunity to add new characters to the group.
But now I'm doubtful we'll ever get a new party member.
Yeah, I could see that being the case. We're now halfway through the game, over halfway, I guess, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be more. I do feel like in the first chapter of the game, you're like in the classroom asking everyone to be part of your group project. And it did seem like Birdley and Noelle's reactions were the only ones that where it was like, oh, this character is going to have more than one dimension to them.
I was expecting Jockington development.
He will. It was prophesied.
He's going to grow a beard. That was joked about during Undertale's 6th year anniversary stream of Chapter 1 back in 2021.
Oh, okay. Okay. So maybe it's referencing that, or maybe Toby was just telling us.
That's pretty
I
good.
think he's referencing that.
Okay.
No, but Chris, I'm sorry. I baited you into thinking that this franchise that me and Samantha care deeply about is going to follow the trajectory of one of the franchises you care the most about.
Oh, Chris wants this to be a Persona game.
Oh, that too, yeah. I was thinking Mass Effect 2.
I love myself an ensemble cast. What can I say? And I can see how you arrived at that conclusion, Heath. But I want to make it clear to the audience that you can lump me in about caring about this franchise deeply, just like the two of you. I am very invested in Deltarune.
Oh, yeah?
I'm loving it.
Have you even seen Mike?
I have seen Mike.
I haven't seen Mike.
We saw him last night for the first time, and we were yelling at my computer. It was great.
There's things I haven't seen Mike. I haven't seen everything that happens in Noelle's house.
What?
I went down to the basement.
Immediately?
Yeah, because there's the kitchen, right? And then you could take the duct up, and there's Asgor's dialogue. I missed that. I have no idea what that's about.
You haven't seen any Asgore dialogue?
Neither time?
Except for when
he's eating the snack tray?
ends. Yeah, the snack tray. Thank you.
Not in the bathroom or the bedroom.
That's crazy.
Nope.
He's dropping some heavy hints.
Story elements? Okay.
He's tickling my balls.
Asgore has been a big question mark for a little bit. Like, man, Toriel seems really mad at him. And he didn't kill any kids this time, right? Yeah, I mean, he certainly has some information.
I think we're wrapping up general spoiler-free thoughts on Chapter 4. I think this is a very special game. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think we will say like it's broadly a must-play game. But what's your recommendation to the audience in terms of, is it mandatory you jump in now, or would we actually advise people to dive in once all 7 chapters have been released?
Oh.
I think, the ideal way is to wait until like 2 months before, well, maybe 3 months before 6 and 7 are supposed to come out, and then start playing it. So you can get in on the hype, have time to go back and beat the hard bosses, and then start playing. That being said, if you have friends that have already started to play it, you might as well go ahead, because otherwise you're at risk of spoilers.
Yes. While I am 95% appreciative that I was peer pressured into playing this game earlier than I intended, I am 5% resentful that I am now so invested, and the wait is going to be so long to get the answers I've been wanting.
It's not going to be that long.
He's like, it's going to be 10 years. And I'm like, babe, it's not going to be 10 years. It's going to be fine.
I will point out that all this effusive praise is somewhat conditional. At this point in the game, we've played through more than half of the chapters, and we're in a very exciting part in the story where the mountain of questions have been piling up to the ceiling. It's so many mysteries afoot. And Toby has been relatively stingy on actually giving us any answers so far.
I think Chris is being a little dramatic here. There's definitely been some reveals. There's been some intrigue, yes, but we've learned new information.
I think there are pretty fundamental questions I don't have the answer to at this point.
But let's look at Undertale. Where was like...
We're going to clear up some of those answers today.
When you got to the lab, all of a sudden you had a lot of answers.
Sure.
Before you entered that elevator, you were just kind of like, oh, I wonder what that's all about. How weird.
And we haven't reached the equivalent of the lab yet.
What I'm saying
That's
is
the
Toby loves to condense his answers.
Right. And when Chapter 7 comes out in 4 or 5 years and I come a knocking, I'm pretty confident Toby is going to have the receipts.
Yeah.
But we can't guarantee that yet. And that's why I'm
God.
saying all this praise is conditional. What if the answers are unsatisfying?
I
Wow,
doubt.
buddy. Do you look upon your Valentine's Day card with this amount of skepticism? It's purely conditional that I am the sweetest honey bunches.
I don't want to stake my whole reputation on Deltarune absolute must-play generational game.
Oh, then save your Don't slap the Chris seal of approval. We need to remain the integrity of that seal.
So far, it's earned the seal, but I'm giving myself an escape hatch.
I'm going to say, even if this goes the way of Arcane, where season 2 is a disappointment, you're still going to have a great time playing chapters 1 through 4. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it because I can easily recommend the first 4 chapters regardless.
I got my caveat out of the way. That's what I wanted to put out there.
Okay. Are we moving into spoiler section?
Yes, we are entering Deltarune's spoiler section focused on chapter 4.
Great. I'll start off. Gerson Boom has been my favorite Shadow World main character yet. I'm including Queen, Lancer, and Teta in that category.
Wow. She's so high on Gerson.
I can't decide where to put the corners of my mouth.
I found him to be so charming. Every interaction he had with Susie, I was so delighted. I really liked the music associated with him. And there were so many small moments with him where I just found it really valuable. And how could I not mention the secret boss fight with him where he's fighting Susie? What a fight. What a fun time. Great work on him.
I'm glad Susie received a mentor-like figure in her life.
Yeah.
Telling her to keep developing your skills, believe in yourself.
Like her one and only.
Right.
I think it was really good because in chapter 1, she learns to have friends.
Yes.
And not always be the violent person. And, people aren't always out to get you. And this chapter, I feel like she's never had someone who is on her level with fighting prowess who's been a positive role model.
And worth pointing out, Gerson is like an old man turtle who is a sleeper absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, he's walking slowly with his cane when you first meet him. And then you get into the secret room with the big axe and he's like, oh, I'm actually really cool. Can you believe it?
The Hammer of Justice.
He's so cool. I love him.
I liked him just fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Lancer's still my favorite.
Sure. Lancer's great. How do you not love Lancer?
But Gerson does a lot more heavy lifting for the overall story. Yes.
And he has some good gags in run-of-the-mill fights.
One more thing about Gerson, which we should talk about the whole thing with this chapter, is that you are learning about the prophecy in its exact wording and learning a lot more about that and what it entails for the crew. And Gerson's whole thing that he reiterates over and over again through the chapter is, yeah, I think prophecies are all right. But what I think is really cool is when you ignore it and you decide that you choose your own fate. And I think that's going to be really important down the line, seeing how chapter 4 ended. I think he's going to be so important, and I really liked him. Okay, I'll stop talking about him.
I got blue balls not getting to see the last part of the prophecy.
Oh, yeah. The part that no one sees.
That was a complaint of mine.
Hey, what do we think it said?
You want Toby to just spoil the whole thing in the prologue?
He was like, oh, Toby hates giving us information.
You can't keep leveling that complaint at it. We're more than halfway through the game
Chris,
now.
this is going to be like the big reveal at the end. And you're like, why didn't Toby tell me now in chapter 4?
Why didn't Toby tell me that Alvin is the knight?
I would have liked to see the end of the prophecy in the chapter titled Prophecy.
You saw most of it. Yeah, I told him he was being a baby.
Chris, oh my God. Think of something he cares deeply about.
Chris wanted in Jacob's sub mission in Mass Effect 2 for Jacob's dad to turn to Shepard and be like, oh, by the way, this final mission that you're going on is going to kill your crew if you don't fully upgrade your ship. And then immediately get shot in the head by Jacob. Chris is...
What a niche example.
You want the hook of the ultimate climax of this game to be ruined.
Well, then I'm on pins and needles the rest of the game trying to decide whether or not it's going to come to pass.
Oh no, tension in my plot.
Yes, I would like to have tension around what it is I'm supposed to be apprehensive about.
Oh, you're like, I don't know what I'm worried about. Yeah, but
I don't know what to be worried about.
If you knew what you were worried about, that might spoil it.
How bad the prophecy could be.
Right. I have no idea.
You know that it's not good.
It's like Susie might get a stomach ache. That might be what the last thing
But
says.
hey, why is it that Heath is able to write that off as a possibility? The intensity of Ralsei's reaction.
And of Susie's reaction.
Sure. I was being facetious.
Yeah, walk it back.
Yeah, Chris, we both know that it's going to be something like Susie went in there and saw that it said the girl will die. Or the girl must die. Yeah, that's what I thought. Chris had a different guess. That's why I'm
the only thing leading me to think that might not be as clear cut as that is that as Susie and Chris are purging the fountain at the end, Susie has a line to Chris, something like, I hope we can remain friends through all of this. Meaning, I thought the prophecy might have something to do with Susie. It has to become an antagonist of sorts.
The one-on-one. Oh. Yep, that'd be cool.
I think because Susie comes out of there faux confident and is like, you and Chris wouldn't let that happen. And then is trying to like cheer Ralsei up because Ralsei's sobbing on the floor. And then later, when she is walking away from Chris's house and even walking to Chris's house, she seems really sad. And when she's walking away, she seems in a bad state, almost like she's thinking about the possibility of her death. And counting on her hands, how many people would even care? That's the impression I got, that she was like, oh, yeah, it's all fun and good when I'm in the dark world, but when I'm in the real world, my death doesn't seem like it's going to matter that much. And that made me really sad.
Jarring detail to see Susie's fist bleeding after she shatters the pane, and the blood on Ralsei's face as well.
Here's something that Chris pointed out to me. Monsters don't typically bleed.
Ooh.
That's a plot point in Undertale, right?
They're dusty.
They turn to dust.
They don't bleed. Undyne doesn't bleed when you stab her.
She doesn't?
No. You see a little like line across her belly, and then she like, and then shifts back together.
In Undertale, only Sans bleeds.
Yeah. He's like blood dripping from his body.
When you get him.
Yeah. And Sans isn't a normal guy.
And right.
He's special.
So I don't know whether I'm attributing too much meaning to that or not.
Even Flowey doesn't bleed. No, I don't think you are. Toby obviously doesn't use blood lightly.
Right.
And I think it definitely caught your eye seeing it on Ralsei's pristine white fur.
Yeah.
It definitely meant something.
Yeah, that was stark. That was like album cover art.
Uh-huh.
For like a rock band.
Big moment.
Hey, are we in agreement? Chapter 4 has the best fight in the game.
No.
Jackenstein.
Oh.
Heath is like, actually, I walk back.
Jackenstein.
It's funny. I said on this show that I would play Pizza Tower over a year ago. And Toby heard that and said, "You're taking too long." Punch Out, WarioWare, Zelda, and now Pizza Tower. Toby is totally taking all the best mechanics of video games of the past 30 years and shoving them in a chapter at a time. The Jackenstein one, obviously, you got to get through the maze, and then you got to get out. Yeah, super fun. Kind of wish that... I'm just skipping right to the end. At the very end, the glass pillar, oh, it's weak. I can't go up any further. And then the Tower of Friendship, lame. Actually, give it a rest. All of your buddies just stacking up.
And catapult you.
Yeah, to send you to the top
of the tower.
Stop doing it. It's not landing anymore. We did it for chapter 1 effectively.
Right.
But on the other hand, what I'm calling the buddy climb, which is Chris and Susie catching and throwing each other, I thought to myself, this is cinema.
Yeah.
It felt like Captain America grabbing his friend and throwing him there, right? It felt like Emperor Kuzco and Pacha at the end of an Emperor's New Groove doing the back-to-back climb up that palace's face.
Yeah. No, for what kind of tense moment it is, Chris jumping into Susie's awaiting hand for her to throw us up. that is such an emotional moment, even though I'm trying to climb a tower to save my life.
Yeah, I felt something.
Yeah.
Putting your trust in her.
Putting your trust in her.
Not just like, yeah, she tosses you when you reach for her hand, but the one part where a random either waterfall or like sludge bomb causes you to lose your grip and then she catches you. That's the extra special sprinkle on the sprinkle.
Should we talk about the part where the knight is shooting his swords at us and we all take turns taking the damage? I don't know. I got emotional during it. It was so good to see where we came from in chapter 1, where Ralsei was basically begging Susie to just like stay still and be a part of this group so they could like do the prophecy. And now we're all besties. It's really sweet. Last episode, you expressed doubt as to whether Chris actually cares about their friends. Is Chris looking away from the screen when Susie and Ralsei die because of pain, or is it because they're worried
motive.
Susie's going to come through the door? Clearly, Chris cares about their friends. Chris, like heartless Chris, tries to jump out of the window to go get Susie because she's walking off hella depressed, and the only thing that stops him is that ominous phone call. So yeah, my thesis is Chris loves their friends, and you were wrong to say otherwise. And I had seen the part at the end where Chris tries to go after Susie, and that's why I was like, I doubt what you're saying last episode, because I had hidden information.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Should we talk about everything that goes down in Noelle's house?
Not yet.
Okay.
I got 5 more things to talk about.
Yeah, I have more stuff to
Only
say.
5. Okay.
Only 5.
I have more.
Starting with number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drink the tea?
Which tea?
Gerson's like, hey, y'all.
Of course.
Let's have a tea party.
Yeah.
I ate the apple one time, and I drank the tea the second time.
I drank the tea the first time, and then on my weird route, I said no tea, and then it just nothing happens. They don't even sit down.
Okay.
Oh, like you said, I don't want to have a tea party.
And Gerson's like, me neither, and just walks off. Yeah, it's kind of like a nothing burger of a weird route response.
Well, in the weird route, if you say no enough, you can think about Noelle.
Yes.
And that's...
I haven't seen what the result of that is.
Oh, you haven't?
No, because in my weird route, I was just a total nothing. Like I said no too many times. I feel like you shouldn't be able to do that, but yeah.
Yeah, if you think about Noelle, that gives you a certain unique experience.
You see her?
No.
Okay.
You see something. I'm not going to say because you guys haven't seen it. So
We're keeping the spoiler section spoiler free.
for the boys.
God damn. You could think of Noelle. What happens if you think of the night?
I thought of the night and... I'm sorry.
Hey, why'd you do that?
I'm sorry.
It's because she hates her friends.
I forgot I was there. If you think of the night, Chris will hijack your brain and immediately like stop thinking of the night because Chris presumably knows who the night is.
Oh, to conceal the identity.
Yeah, and then they'll start thinking about Jockington or something. It's something weird.
Ah, cool.
I did it in the first run.
What a mystery.
What a mystery. All right. Oh, I had something I wanted to say, but now I can't remember.
Piano goes zoom.
That was really good.
And it makes perfect sense because Susie makes the second sanctuary. She's not going to be the delicate, play the right note type of solution.
I didn't even think about that.
She's going to be the brutish, just bumper car solution.
Oh, you're so right.
Because it's her fountain.
Yeah, she would.
It was a great subversion of expectations, how it's the culmination of 2 separate types of puzzles combining.
Yeah.
The sliding block puzzles and the notes on the piano puzzles. Suddenly, you're sliding around at Mach 10 on a piano.
Yeah. I'll never play again. When you're in the church, you just closed the first fountain.
Oh.
Susie anecdote how another better player kicked her off, and then she went and came back and trashed the piano as like a cathartic gesture.
Yeah.
You can respond, I'll play again sometime. I'll play if you play with me, or I'll never play again. Weird route. I chose, I'll never play again. A chomp sound effect is heard. Susie goes, whoa, are you okay? You just took a bite out of your hand. That's going to leave a bruise. So
that's horrifying.
Chris like stifles himself before the I'll never play again. Because Chris, like, the piano skills is associated with them, right? Not the soul.
Yeah, Chris loves the piano,
Heartless
clearly.
Chris loves the piano.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they're so good.
Can play it way better than we can.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, you're totally right.
It's so clear. Like when we go to play the song that Susie wrote down,
We're garbage.
And then we let Chris take over.
control.
Oh my
and it's the
God.
beautiful piano song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
So if you try to say I'll never play again, they bite us.
He's like, hell no, that's not
Yeah,
true.
Chris is like, you can't fucking stop me.
Awesome.
I obviously said in both routes, because I'm a pussy, that I would only play if Susie did.
You got to change it up.
No.
When you hand her the knife
Yeah.
and she's like, do you always carry this knife? And the sprite is, their eyes are red. What do we make of that?
Why was Susie asking for the knife again?
To open the
make
dark
the
world.
fountain.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm with you. What do we make of that?
What do we make of Chris's eyes being red?
That's the look he makes when he's holding a knife.
I guess so, yeah. Gosh, they look so cool every time they make a fountain.
Yeah, they do.
Fountains are obviously steps towards destruction of everything, but it's so cool. You look so cool when you do
In
it.
contrast, when they sit on the couch, they look the least cool they've ever looked.
Just like the frumpy, like...
They're just like,
Yes.
like, you look so pathetic.
Yeah.
And they've got their work cut out for them. The making of a fountain, trivial, it seems. Closing them takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
There could be so many fountains.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there aren't more fountains,
Right.
seeing how easy they are.
We're lucky the antagonists are so lazy.
I loved we are here to worship our ancestors. Think of all the knowledge that we could have learned from them. And then you go into the second sanctuary and they have become stone and the ancestors are now like, oh, look to our ancestors. We must strive to live like them.
Yeah.
They're just doing blasé things, right? And being like, oh, he's so deep in thought. I loved that they are each other's history.
When you entered the third time and you could go back to the study, did you do any like exploring and seeing
I critical pathed the third sanctuary.
Green flame? Red flame?
one of the flames? But if you do that, you can go back and neither of them are statues anymore, and you can see them interact with each other.
I've not seen this.
It was pretty funny. You know the one room where there's a semicircle of guys and there's like one statue in the middle? When you go back to that and they're both awake, the semicircle are really mad at him because they're like, what did you do with the statue of our ancestor? And this guy is like, I don't know why my ancestors are really mad at me, but I think they want to fight me.
I love that.
It's hilarious.
And then Simon says in the dark, did you play with the headphones like I told you to?
Yes, I did.
Attaboy.
I thought that fight was really cool and kind of spooky.
You can play it eyes closed.
Yeah.
How did the secret Gerson fight go for you, Heath? Pretty fun? Undying bullet hell again?
My analog stick was not up to the task.
Oof.
It took me longer than it needed to.
Okay.
But you can definitely see not all shadow crystals are created equal.
Because this one was, like, I would say, another easy one.
This one felt like Toby being like, okay, guys, Roaring Knight, really hard. I get it. This one's for you. Have fun. I loved that fight. It was so fun.
I'll say it took me a few more tries than should have been necessary because Samantha was actively sabotaging my attempts.
That's not true. Here's the thing.
Feeding me misinformation.
I hadn't Googled how to beat the fight.
What, did you try to use a health item at the very last
She
turn?
was like, it'll be far more TP generating efficient if you just defend every time and never attack.
Okay.
I mean, that works.
It did not work very well.
The thing I was telling you that was wrong is I was like, oh yeah, do a bunch of Brood Busters.
Yeah, do a bunch of Root
No,
Busters.
you do one Brood Buster and then you just attack or defend every other time. So
Yeah, save up TP for heals.
Yeah, and that's it. And then it's super fun, easy fight. Chris, you're like, oh, Samantha, how dare you? It's like, well, I didn't really know. I didn't Google. I Googled it after that, and then I was like, oh, oopsie.
Yeah.
So I was suffering from that too.
This is just my outlet to vent.
You already vented.
It's reasonable to suspect the person who made the church's innermost dark fountain is behind the door.
A door that could conceal a large person.
A large person.
Interesting.
It's one of those gay knights, or what? Like the two Hotland guards.
I love them. I'm so glad they're in this game.
Because they're big.
I saw that and like I remembered the small closet in the computer room, and I was like, we're gonna kill Susie. We didn't kill Susie.
What are you talking about?
In the computer room where you comatose Birdly.
Yeah, in the closet. I know that.
Yeah, it's like this closet has enough room for a small person. And then
How does Susie play into this?
well, I saw the closet for the big person and I was like, oh no, Susie's big. And she's the only one in the room.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she left.
Yeah, it was fine. I was worrying about nothing.
All right, good.
False
Yeah.
alarm.
False alarm. But I was scared for like a second.
You're making me think of the wide Susie sprite when Noelle
It's
asks
like,
if
where's
she
your
has a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote this initially, and you can tell when I wrote it. Noelle's mom didn't come to church because she hates both Chris and Christ. But clearly she loves Chris.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
Should we dive into Noelle's house?
let's dive into Noelle's house.
There you go.
All right. I loved seeing Noelle and Susie gently flirt on the couch and then go in the basement and be like Nancy Drew detectives trying to find out what's going on. So cute. I loved every second of it. These girls are so adorable. Also loved when Noelle gets a call from Birdley, who's like, hey, let's go to the festival together. And Noelle's going to say yes. And then Susie grabs the phone and is like, she's not going with you, throws it across the room. And then I, Chris, can go pick it up and ask Birdley to go to the festival with me because he's my favorite. And he said, well, you'll have to compete with Susie and Noelle because we both know that they're after me too. Great moments. I was so happy. I was less happy in the weird route when I went to the hospital and I saw comatose Birdley shivering under the covers. Not as cool of a moment.
I don't remember if I turned the heat on.
You didn't?
Well, it's the weird route.
He's committing.
I can't turn it on in the non-weird route. I did. Of course I did. I made him warm.
You know what's extra weird when Noelle's on the phone with her mom and says, oh, yeah, I brought Dad home. You brought him to the hospital. That's not his home. He's sick. Home is home.
Where the heart is.
Yeah. It bugged me.
But
Oh, well done.
Yeah, a good one.
Anyway, so I think the most interesting part is when Noelle and Susie are flirting on the couch. Chris is left to his own devices to investigate Des's bedroom. He sees there's a code in the guitar, and then the soul gets ripped out of Chris. And you're left to, like, Solid Snake shuffle through the ventilation system and try to see what's going on. Yeah, as the heart.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on. So, Heath, you didn't see the scenes of Asgore in the bathroom or in the bedroom?
Not a one.
Wow.
I got sucked into the basement.
Should we say anything or no?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, get my reaction.
Oh, okay. Asgore is like, I'll prove to Toriel that things weren't as they seemed. I'm going to find it here. And he's like rifling through the master bedroom.
He's going to get evidence. She's going to have to believe me this time.
Yeah.
So it's basically he's trying to exonerate himself from whatever crime people think he committed.
Whatever Toriel left him for, and perhaps whatever got him off the police force.
Okay.
So yeah, its evidence is at the mayor's house.
Because that's where she keeps all the good stuff.
That's where she keeps all the good stuff. So that's something interesting is it implicates Carol, even though Asgore apparently has a good relationship with her, which means Asgore is a little trickier than meets the eye if he's kind of playing Carol's like friendship like that.
Asgore's always been trickier than meets the eye.
Yeah, he's big and round and fluffy, but then he will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you are the heart and Chris is trying to whack you with a hockey stick, did you guys allow the dialogue between Noelle and Susie to completely play out?
No.
No, I was too busy.
Too busy doing what?
Getting past that hockey stick.
Yeah, he's good with that hockey
I got to
stick.
get to the guitar.
I hung out in the corner of the closet and watched them say everything they had to say. It was great.
Okay.
Did you not get to hear about how Susie talks about how good Chris is at flirting?
I did not hear
It's
this.
golden.
Okay.
Because, of course, that would be of great interest to Noelle, because Noelle has a thing for Susie.
Oh, she's taking notes?
Yeah, she's like, so, Susie, how do you know Chris is really good at flirting? And then
Because she's like, is Chris after my girl too?
And then Susie's like, oh, haven't you ever seen him flirt with enemies? And then
All right.
Noelle's like, enemies?
Okay, good.
It's all very funny.
Good.
Yeah, I recommend letting that dialogue exhaust itself.
I liked Chris trying to hit me with the hockey stick. That was pretty fun. It felt very silly.
It was great.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about the weird root situation in Noelle's house, and then I want to talk about Carol a little bit.
Sure.
So, weird root situation. Chris expresses that they're unhappy that we're going to Noelle's house. Susie's like, yeah, Noelle invited us. Easy, high five. And then Chris does not go up to high five Susie in the church. And
Right.
Susie's like, what? Do you have a problem with Noelle or something? Well, let's go. And then you go sit on Noelle's couch with her, except you don't. Chris does. And then things get really bad. Basically, The night previous, heartless Chris retrieved Birdley from the computer room and brought him to the hospital, then went to Noelle's house where they comfort Noelle, give her back her watch, and basically tell her that everything was fine, that wasn't real, and Birdley's going to be okay.
Sorry, Noelle says, I had a weird dream.
Right. She thinks it's a dream.
And that was the contents of the dream.
I thought it was implied that she had a weird dream, woke up in the middle of the night, went out on the porch, and then Chris comes to talk to her.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think she remembers talking to Heartless Chris.
Yeah. Heartless Chris was like not a dream to her. She's thanking him for being kind to her and saying everything was a prank. She didn't think that was a dream. She thought the dream was her freezing Birdley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then Chris is like, oh yeah, I was pretty cool for that, until we, the player, repossess him and then proceed to torture Noelle again. Pretty scary.
Yeah. Heartless Chris was taking many heroic charitable actions while we were away.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess
Heartless
so.
Chris retrieved Birdley.
Put Birdley in the hospital.
Was that during the tire slashing bathroom escapade?
Perhaps.
No, that happened too early.
Okay.
Or
Oh, not necessarily.
you're right.
Yeah.
That would have
happened.
been end of chapter 2?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Could have been in the middle of the night too. We don't know. Like after post dark whatever. You know
Weird
what I mean.
route damage control done by Heartless Chris.
Yep.
Right. He's playing cleanup.
Yeah.
Heartless Chris is cleaning up the mess you made in the weird route of chapter 2.
And then Heartless Chris proceeds to have negative reactions whenever the player expresses interest in Noelle.
Yeah.
Like when you're coming at him with the heart, if they see you in the room, they will escape you and you won't be able to possess them.
Wait, what happens?
So you know how when you're in the vent and Noelle's talking to Chris on the couch in her bedroom,
Right.
you'll have to say like proceed, and then you're in the room because you spawned in the dialogue box. If Chris on the couch,
Oh my God, that's how you get there.
Yeah.
Oh,
if Chris
I thought it was just like, oh, now I'm in the bottom left.
if Chris sees you in the room before you get to them, Chris will be like, oh no, heart is here and the heart's gonna get Noelle, and Chris will leave the room. And the weird route aborted.
So interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Chris hates
We
the heart.
hijacked the dialogue box.
Yeah, we did.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Toby's great. I love him.
What happened on the couch? This is the same question I had last episode.
You mean between Susie and Noelle, or?
Your boy puts the thorn ring on Noelle's finger, and Noelle is like, oh no, right? And then what's the sound effect that plays? Before that, it sounds like a slurp. Yes.
I didn't catch that.
You mean when the blood spatters on the screen?
Sure. Yeah. Is that what that is? That there's like a red speck,
Yeah.
a black background, red speck after it
I
cuts.
assumed that was like the stabbing noise. Maybe
Oh,
the thorn is
of the thorns into her finger?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were a vampire for a not insignificant amount of time.
Oh no.
I wrote down, am I a vampire? Because I didn't know.
I walked back what I said earlier. The perfect time to play Deltarune is now, so you can hear Heath's vampire theory.
It sounds like a slurp.
The thorn ring drains your health.
Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Clearly pretty unhappy of what the damage we're doing to Noelle, particularly telling her that, yes, she did indeed freeze Birdley. She's the reason he's in the hospital. Forcing her to re-equip the thorn ring. Very much code for like, sometimes your abusers can be kind to you and then they will flip on a dime and be cruel, even though Heartless Chris is not the abuser in this case.
Yes. And so let's flash our minds back to the end of chapter 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
They rips out his heart, puts it in a cage, brandishes a knife, smiles at the camera. Everyone thinks this is genocide part 2. And then chapter 2 rolls around, and we all think, oh, I can't believe Chris is doing this to Birdley. I mean, was under no preconceived notion that it was the heart that was responsible.
I mean, you're the one ordering Noelle to proceed.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
The
it's-
only indication otherwise is that I'm still hearing another voice telling me to fight.
Yep.
And so that's your first clue that we are dealing with turns out Mr. Hyde was Dr. Jekyll,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is excellent.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Oh, it's so good.
And in case you really didn't understand that metaphor, bathroom trash can
Yeah.
beat down.
That scene was maybe one of the more chilling ones to me, just to see how much Heartless Chris despises you, the player.
They are pissed.
I
Yeah.
mean, wouldn't you be if somebody like made it their mission to terrorize your friend and make it look
Yes.
like it was you?
No, you're doing awful things.
Yeah.
If Heartless Chris were not an obligate relationship with the soul, they would totally kill us.
Yeah.
So cool.
In the weird route, at least. In the pacifist route,
Their goals are aligned?
their goals are at least aligned enough that Chris seems to not hate us.
But
They hit us with
the
a hockey
aggression
stick.
with which we are ripped out and slammed into the bathroom cabinets.
I imagine that's because taking out one's heart is not an easy thing
I do
to
it every Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the heart maybe doesn't want to be torn out of Chris. So I guess it's not a friendly relationship, but it's certainly not as antagonistic as it gets in the weird route.
And yet, we see Heartless Chris carrying on incriminating phone calls with what we presume is the Roaring Knight.
In the pacifist route, yes.
Yes.
We see a phone call in the kitchen. Chris has the phone open and it's saying some shit like, oh, don't let Susie see the guitar. Oh, okay, things are going bad. I'm on my way. Yeah.
Is this news to you, Heath?
The person with which Chris is on the phone changes
No?
depending on the playthrough.
What?
When they are drinking chocolate syrup in the kitchen of Noelle's house.
Right, that's what I'm referring to.
That's what they're drinking?
Just chocolate syrup.
I thought it was soda.
He squishes it into a glass, doesn't he?
Oh, he might.
So that's phone call number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Phone call number 2 is post credits.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
Chris hasn't seen it. I technically haven't seen it, but I know what happens.
So the person on the phone is like, Chris, you promised you got to be at the festival, such and such.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was just kidding. I was thinking about a different one.
And then Weird Root phone call post credit scene says something different.
Doesn't it say, I'm going to say it, Noelle would love to go to the festival
Noelle
with
is
you, Chris.
really looking forward to seeing you at the festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the sound font that you hear is Carol's sound font.
Yeah.
So Carol is the person on the phone.
I think we're currently supposed to be led to believe Carol is the Roaring Knight.
Right. Just because they're both not our buddy.
Well, there's some other supporting evidence, like Carol has been known to wield a big katana.
Oh, that's right.
If you look at the Roaring Knight's like
Silhouette.
silhouette, the Roaring Knight does have what appear to be antlers.
Yes.
So it's not based on just Carol bad, the Roaring Knight bad. They must be the same. I'd be surprised if Carol's the Roaring Knight, just because that does seem,
Too obvious?
well, Toby gave us the answer too early.
Yeah.
Or if she is, there's definitely more going on. But yeah, she's definitely doing something shady.
the motivations of Heartless Chris are very opaque to me.
Yeah.
It seems like he cares a lot about his friends and wants the best for them, and yet he seems to be kind of like blackmailed into being the henchman of the Roaring Knight.
You promised.
She has some sort of dirt on him or something?
I don't know if she has dirt. Maybe Chris set out to do something and it is now not sure if he wants to proceed in this path anymore. Like, he didn't know Susie when he started this.
Yeah.
He didn't know Ralsei. He wasn't attached to them. I guess he knew Noelle, but she wasn't supposed to be part of this.
And now it seems like he has split loyalties.
Yeah. They are conflicted. Sorry.
Did y'all check your cell phone after that phone call?
No.
No.
It says that the call dialed history was erased.
Okay.
Secret.
You're not supposed to know yet.
All right, one last thing. I forgot to mention this. When Heath and I were the only ones playing Deltarune and Chris hadn't started yet, Heath made me a Deltarune bingo card, and I wanted to update him on his progress.
All right.
So far, there have been a couple bingo spaces that we know will not be true, but
What do you mean? Anything could come true.
I guess anything could come true.
This was dated on June 1st.
June 1st. I don't think Alphys is getting the TV to run tests anymore.
No, you're right.
Okay, so some things Heath predicted correctly. The fourth fountain being the church. Strong WarioWare influences rapid channel changing attacks. Birdley's body discovered in the computer lab closet.
That was wrong.
I mean, I give it to you. Chris found it there and brought it back to the hospital. The heart will have to jump back into Chris's chest, says another successful guess. So,
Wow, yeah.
congratulations, Heath. Here's a little heart I had to make for my orientation.
Wow.
It looks like the Undertale heart, doesn't it? Isn't it cute? I love it. So, I'll continue to keep this updated, though I'm excited to see what happens and what doesn't.
Bingo is still possible.
Yeah.
Bingo's still possible, especially with that Lancer space.
Everyone gets a free space.
I said holy water gun, not holy water cooler.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I could give it to you, but I wanted to.
Chris, how should these chapters appear on the top 10 list? I'm leaning toward pairs.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about our end of the year podcast ranking all the games we played, top 10 list?
Yes.
And you want to create separate entries for different pairs of Deltarune chapters?
Are you saying that Undertale chapters 1 through 4 total 5 entries individually?
He's saying he wants to count them all together.
Oh.
1 through 4 as one game, probably.
I feel like if we were being strict and official, Undertale is a game, Deltarune is a game. They would both have an entry.
What happens when next year Chapter 5 comes out?
We took artistic liberties with Legendary Edition.
Once again, it's your list, Heath. You can do what you want.
He doesn't care. All right.
I will be ranking them all together
I will be ranking them
in
all
the
together.
first place.
In fact, Deltarune may or may not even be eligible for my list. It's not a complete game yet.
If you don't put it on your list, you're going to have bigger problems than eligibility.
Deltarune can't be my game of the year in 2025, 2026 when Chapter 5 comes out, 2027 when...
Why not?
Deltarune can't be game of the year 4 years in a row.
Why not?
When new
Why
chapter
not,
comes
Chris? Why not?
Elden Ring does it.
Yeah.
out. Is that the end of our Deltarune spoiler section?
And that's Deltarune.
Don't we
And
love
that's
it?
Deltarune. Listeners can finally rest easy. It probably won't come up again for a while.
Another year. When Toby releases Chapter 5, I'm counting down the days.
Folks, when we come back from...
Wait, before we take a break, I've got one more bit to shove in here. So, video game court is in session. Bang the gavel. Cue Phoenix Wright music and for a sound cue. Heath, you find yourself in the defendant's chair. Samantha, you'll be the judge presiding over this trial. You will need to render a verdict. In light of recent events, Heath, you stand accused of being a JRPG guy.
Oh, no.
I think you seem to be a fan of Japanese role-playing games. How do you respond to this accusation?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay. This is just, of course, you've been absolutely gushing for the past few months about Undertale and Deltarune, 2 games parodying JRPGs. Earlier in the year, you managed to see credits 5 times of all the main endings in Nier Automata through to completion, and even went on the record saying upon seeing the ending of Route E, it elevated the experience to a greater degree than you expected. I could dip into the more distant past. Somehow you played for 50 hours or so all of 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
Somehow.
A very Japanese plot-heavy game. I think someone who's enjoyed all these games to the degree you did, even the weeb shit in Death Stranding, which you're a big fan of, I think you might be a fan of JRPGs.
Uh-oh.
What say you in your defense?
Yeah.
Guilty as charged?
Careful, this is a slippery slope. If you agree to his terms, you're going to be sentenced to 1 Persona game.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Is the mobile one? Is it X or something?
Oh, that would be cruel and unusual punishment.
I guess, yeah.
Do you reject this label? It seems like you were at least JRPG curious.
I have to admit I am enjoying my time with the overseas RPGs.
All right, that was that bit.
Guilty.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm sentenced to,
You're
continue to
sentenced
enjoy them.
Continue to enjoy them.
All right, great. Good. Woo.
All right, and now we can take a break.
Yeah, folks, go get yourself a cup of 25% red, 75% yellow.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Hey, do you know if you make 50% red, 50% yellow, the description's like, it's orange juice. It's pretty funny.
Yay.
Chris did it on accident because he forgot what the recipe was. But it was worth it for the bit.
Oh, dear.
And we're back.
Man, back.
Before we get to this episode's special, fun main segment, we do have a surprising amount of news to go over here today. Get on the record. I'll tee up the big one.
What's the big one?
Listeners, if you cast your mind back to November, December time of 2024, last year, we did kind of a check-in on the large amount of layoffs affecting the video game industry. I think at the time we made note that across 2023 and 2024, the video game industry had suffered something like 24,000 job cuts or so. Well, catching back up to speed, current day, in early July of this year, Microsoft said, hold my beer, guys. We can really pump those numbers. And proceeded to lay off in one fell swoop something like a little over 9,000 employees, primarily in their Xbox and video game studio divisions, which is pretty unprecedentedly large. Really, that's like not quite a 50% increase in layoffs compared to the previous couple of years of the entire industry combined. And it's been a really big gut blow to a lot of people, obviously. Some of the casualties were, the biggest one is probably The Initiative, a new studio Microsoft founded 7 years ago. They were working on the Perfect Dark reboot. It was shown off 1 year ago, had some immersive sim-looking DNA in it. Looked promising.
We liked the trailer.
The Initiative was kind of, when they were founded, they were pitched as, we're going to be making the industry's first quadruple A video games. Get pumped. And then 7 years later, they proceeded to never release a single product and were closed. Never to see the light of day. Rare suffered big layoffs. They had a game called Everwild canceled. I think ZeniMax Online, the makers of Elder Scrolls Online, suffered big layoffs. They had a promising game shut down, a new MMO. Not exactly my cup of tea, but what's crazy about it is earlier this very year, Xbox head Phil Spencer, reportedly, they were having trouble tearing him away from the current build of that game. He was enjoying it so much. But that project will now never see the light of day. It's closed. Turn 10, the Forza Motorsport teams, they were axed pretty heavily. I could yammer on and on. And then there's also the very tone-deaf statements to coincide with the layoffs. Phil Spencer had this to say. It's a longer quote, but one section is, I recognize that these changes come at a time when we have more players, games, and gaming hours than ever before. Our platform, hardware, and roadmap have never looked stronger. It just, why are you rubbing salt in the wound there, Phil?
Yeah.
It's just like offering no explanation why so many people have lost their jobs.
This seems like short-term decision-making to make shareholders happy and to make the current quarter look really good. And then in the long term, Microsoft's going to suffer.
I think it's somewhat transparent. The call came from upstairs. Big capital M Microsoft told smaller Xbox, yeah, we're making cuts. No, you don't have to say. Yes, that means you're shutting down promising-looking projects.
Throwing money in the toilet, as far as I can tell.
It's really bad. We actually have a very interesting and well-written email we received from Janice in response to these studio closures that I think warrants a longer discussion. So I'm going to punt that to next episode where we can address this in more detail and have a longer state of the industry conversation with some questions guided by Janice. You look like you have something you want to say.
Well, he should come in.
We're going to have a vacant mic.
He should, yeah. And then we put makeup on him. And if I squint really hard.
Oh, hey.
So yeah, really sad times in the game industry. Lots of people looking for work and far fewer positions to fill.
Yeah, I was trying to have a frame of reference for how much 30,000 people losing their jobs is in the grand scheme of things. I typed in auto manufacturing United States layoffs history, and I couldn't find like a
benchmark.
Well, yeah, because you can drive past derelict factories and you think like, oh, wow, that's the sign of the times. These are times that have signs, and I'm trying to
find them.
But,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be curious to know, like, what's a rough estimate of how many people are working in video game development right now for a benchmark?
Like a few million?
Hard to say. I really don't know.
I don't know either.
I'd be pulling a number out of my ass.
You're the one who's looked at like software engineer jobs in general. So you would have an idea of how many there are out there at least.
Oh, but the number of software engineering jobs in video games is going to be like a small sliver compared to overall software jobs, you know?
Yeah.
We'll have all the answers and more next episode.
We will? Wow.
Amazing.
Okay, so that was that news story. And then in honor of Samantha's final episode for a while, I have the Samantha news roundup.
We need like a really somber musical cue for such a good title.
Why are you sending me out on a low
These
note?
are recent news stories that will bring Samantha displeasure. Your job today, Samantha.
I know what's on this list.
Your job is to tell us which of these two stories makes you sadder.
But yeah.
Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the anime, has been greenlit for season 2.
I was wondering why I was rocking a half chub, and now I know why.
It's coming back. It's going to be a new series separate from the other one. New cast of characters.
All will be revealed.
There was no plot in the first one.
I'm referring to people's bodies.
Oh no. At this point, to go any further, we'd have to see under their skin.
It's Cyberpunk.
It can be done.
We can do that.
God.
We have the technology.
Jesus Christ.
And then the other story that I don't think you're going to be a big fan of, it's a little more to talk about here. Subnautica 2.
No.
Embroiled in some controversy at the moment.
AI fish? No.
So the developer of Subnautica 2 and the earlier games, it's called Unknown Worlds. They released the original Subnautica back in 2018. A few years later, acquired by a bigger entity publisher called Krafton. Recent news, I was announced Subnautica 2, earlier slated to come out in 2025 this year. It's been delayed to next year. Okay, no big deal. That happens to games all the time. And then some digging occurred. And apparently, a lot of the head creatives and studio founders of Unknown Worlds, the team making Subnautica, were apparently simultaneously, with the delay, let go, fired by Krafton, the head entity. And then it came out that apparently there was a certain incentive structure in place promising a very large $250 million bonus payout to the team, the dev team, if they could hit the 2025 deadline. And it seems like, people reading between the lines, it seems like Krafton, suddenly not wanting to pay that big payout, said, let's delay the game. The execs who are going to make a big stink about it, cut them, replace them with our own guy, and let's just sweep this under the rug. Let's avoid paying those incentives.
Yeah, business majors ruin everything.
And now the story...
I'm right.
Jason Schreier has been reporting this is an ongoing situation. There seems to be a rebuttal from the other side where Krafton came out and said, actually, the executives we fired, at least 2 out of the 3 of them, kind of stopped reporting to their post. We were in the right firing them. They weren't doing their duties anymore. So it's a bit of a...
Yeah, but like, how often is the guy who said that showing up to work? I know what you guys do. You golf. You don't go to the office.
It's a real he said, she sells by the seashore. I'm on fire.
So the Subnautica community in solidarity is currently saying boycott Subnautica 2. And as an ethical stance of the moral high ground, I'm going to have to take a firm line. I will not be playing Subnautica games until this situation has been resolved.
Advantage of this to not play it.
Yeah, I need to stand with the dev team on this one.
Your moral backbone.
They cannot be financially rewarded for
Didn't
this.
Krafton buy them after they had made the original?
Right, but now any proceeds go to Krafton, the owners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good thing it's in our shared Steam library. We don't have to make any purchases.
I cannot, in good conscience, play
cannot abide.
And it was bought before that occurred. Good thing. We're safe.
Solidarity.
So which of these 2 news stories brought you more displeasure, Samantha?
I mean, Chris, you not playing Subnautica is only as tenable as me not playing The Witcher 3.
That was a bit, erase that from the news story.
Yeah, you better.
This is an easy choice for Samantha because Cyberpunk Edgerunners, I think it's going to be true to the subject material, and I don't mean the game. Whereas Subnautica 2, this just means, you know what else occurs on the high seas?
Piracy.
The business major shenanigans that were going on with Subnautica are really bad. I agree. Those devs did not deserve that. Them not reporting to work, I'd believe it when I'd see evidence because Executives aren't exactly known for their plentiful attendance at work. So, sorry, I am just, higher ups in corporate America, I have extreme disdain for them by and large. Don't tell my employer that. The Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2, did you know, Chris, that 3 separate people went ahead and delivered that news to me?
You have a reputation now.
Because they know how down I was about the first one.
Who was the third person?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just simply don't understand why the first season was so lauded. I think it was mediocre at best, and at worst, it was offensive. Season 2, I don't expect anything better unless they decide to focus on the high school bully character, the most interesting character in season 1.
Return of high school bully.
If they can pull that off, my interest goes from a -100 to 1,000. If it's anything else, I refuse to watch it unless you swear to me on your life that it's actually good this time.
I will watch season 2 and report back.
Which makes me sadder. Probably Cyberpunk, because it's going to be harder for more people, you know? Just like watching that slop and thinking it's gold. Like, bro, just watch one other anime. This feels like anime people who don't actually watch anime like this, and they're like, oh, it's anime. I watch anime now. It's like, no, you don't. You haven't even watched a single Attack on Titan. It's like the most basic bitch anime you can watch. I don't know, maybe Naruto if you're like 12. Anyway, if you're excited about Cyberpunk Edgerunners, go read a book instead. It'll be better, I promise. Just pick any of them. Next segment.
All right. And that was the Samantha News Roundup. All right, to keep the Samantha theme going. So, it's a sad episode, listeners. Samantha, she will be departing the podcast, at least temporarily. For good news, though, she's moving to a new city. Do you mind if we say which one it is, Samantha?
No, please. Actually, you should not.
Should not?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a big city.
Okay.
I'm moving to a big city on the East Coast, and there's lots of those, so good luck finding me.
She landed the dream position you were gunning for a while.
Yeah.
And for your career. So big congratulations to you. It means she has to be geographically separated from Heath and I for a while. We will have her back. At the very least, you're going to hear from her at our end of year game roundup episode. So she'll be back sporadically, but for now, this is a temporary goodbye. And in honor of her departure, we are going to play Samantha's video game Jeopardy. Heath and I will be competing. Do you have any introduction for this competition, Samantha?
Good luck.
Okay.
Welcome to Jeopardy, boys. Let me go ahead and introduce you to the categories. We have Childhood Games, Samantha Games Heath Edition, Samantha Games Chris Edition, Samantha Games, and Mobius Tubes are our 5 categories. If you're like, what are the differences between those 3 Samantha Games categories? Samantha and Heath games are games only Samantha and Heath have played. Same with Samantha and Chris. Samantha games, all 3 of us have had experience with. So when you're picking your category, be mindful of that. Let's get our buzzers in positions, boys, so we're being fair.
Heath and I have buzzers.
Heath, maybe put yours on the table? Or do you want to both hold them in your hands?
This is fine.
Should we do a practice run?
Okay.
No, we did that. We did the tech rehearsal.
Okay. I got my practice in.
Attaboy. Good job.
All right. Because I think this game is going to be a little bit harder for Heath because he's not my boyfriend. I'll let Heath go ahead and pick the first category.
Are there daily doubles in this?
There is 1 daily double.
Ooh, okay. Childhood games 1,000.
Okay,
Wow.
going big. Samantha's favorite DS game as a child, a survival spin-off of a popular EA series. And recall, this is Jeopardy. You must answer in the form of a question.
If you answer incorrectly, are you penalized minus 1,000?
No.
No penalty for
You only get
wrong.
1 guess.
Okay. But you would get 0.
You get 0.
Okay.
I wanted to say Mattel football, but that's not a DS game. Oh, crap.
It is the $1,000 one.
Tamagotchi.
I'm not sure if I have a guess on this one.
All right. Heath, you throwing in the towel?
Yeah, I died.
What was the answer?
The Sims 2 Castaway.
I would not have gotten there.
Yeah, I thought Heath had a
It's
chance.
an EA game. I thought it was Activision.
Is it my turn?
Heath failed to answer his question, so I'm going to pass the choice along to Chris.
Okay.
I'd recommend maybe starting lower and working your way up.
Yeah, I'm going to be the opposite of Heath.
Yeah.
Give me Mobius Tubes for 400.
The title of the Mobius Tube episode Samantha first appeared on.
My Maruki moment? What is my Maruki moment?
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Sorry, I have to reset.
What is canceling Kamoshida?
And that is correct. Canceling Kamoshida.
Wow, I was so close.
400 points for Chris.
You were close, Heath.
Yeah, you were really close. All right. That means Chris gets to choose the next question.
I'll take Mobius Tubes for 200.
The video game that made #1 on the joint Mobius Tubes best video game list. Heath.
Mass Effect 2?
That is
what is Mass Effect 2?
That is incorrect.
What is Outer Wilds?
That is correct.
Good thing you've got that quick trigger finger, Heath. That's what you got.
The only thing I got going for me.
Let's keep the ball rolling. Mobius Tubes for 600, please.
The date the debut episode of Mobius Tubes was released. Chris?
What is November 30th, 2018?
I think that's right. I should have memorized these. There you go. That's 600 points for Chris. Heath is your buzzer on. I'm just kidding.
I would have said November 18th.
That's when you probably
That's probably when we recorded it.
Chris, you pick again?
All right. I want to do Samantha Games Chris Edition for 200.
Yeah, that's a good category. The narrative-focused adventure game where the protagonist comically says, "I'm big and I'm bad."
What is The Wolf Among Us?
That is correct.
So what's the etiquette? We're allowed to buzz in before the question has been read?
No, Heath, I reset his buzzer and he buzzed in again.
Okay.
So no, when I'm asking the
We
question,
gotta wait. Damn,
it's illegal.
That is true Jeopardy rules.
Yeah, I'm playing by the rules.
Okay, take me back to Mobius Tubes 800.
Oh,
He's back for
bold.
more.
The name of the longest Mobius Tubes episode. Go ahead.
What is our top 10 best games of 2022?
That is incorrect.
This one's hard. The name of the longest Mobius Tubes episode? I'll just say...
You got to buzz in?
What is... I don't have a guess for it.
All right, I'll go ahead and tell you. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to know this. Episode 100, our top 100 games of all time.
That one's the longest?
It currently is the longest. I don't know if today's
Did I
gonna be
edit
longer.
that down? Or did I just give up and give it to you uncut? That's the true determinant.
Oh! I thought we were trying to guess the longest title.
No, duration, buddy. Duration.
Sorry.
Oops.
We make an audio... All right.
That's so funny. Okay. Heath, it's...
Now I'm trying to think of the longest title.
That's what I was thinking of. I probably would have guessed that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris goes.
Heath, yeah. Chris, you get to pick.
Give me Samantha Games Chris Edition for 400.
The name of the protagonist in the second installment of the Zero Escape series.
Who is Juro?
That is incorrect.
Who is Sigma?
Yeah, baby.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
13 Sentinels.
Sigma. I thought his name was really funny. I thought it might be memorable for you, Heath. All right, Chris, you get to pick again.
All right, give me Samantha Games Heath Edition.
For what?
200.
The infamous phrase that the player encounters in the Undertale genocide route when you have killed all the enemies in the area. Chris.
Buzzed into it.
But no one came.
That is correct. I'm going to give it to you. It was close enough. Chris, you get to pick again.
All right, give me Samantha Games Chris Edition for 600.
Heath, I'm rooting for you, buddy. The Skyrim mod turned game has ancient Roman theming along with other long past cultures.
What is the Forbidden City? Forgotten City. Oh,
You can't give that to him.
I'm going to give it to him. You got, but no one came. Heath, that goes to you.
But he literally, that's not even a synonym.
I called it.
It should be fair. I think if you can, within the time limit, amend your thing before they can give a ruling, I think that's Jeopardy rules.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Sorry, Chris. Chris, I don't think you're in the position right now to really need
It was a
sympathy.
completely different adjective he used.
Yeah, but he fixed it.
Yeah, as
in
long
the
as you
time.
fix it before in the time allotted.
He's fine. I gave you...
That's a Jeopardy rule.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Heath.
Okay, a Mobius Tubes 1000.
Oh,
please.
God. The Mobius Tubes episode that Samantha is first hinted at, not mentioned by name. Go ahead,
Did you
Chris.
say the number?
The episode is that.
You got to give the title, right?
A number or title is fine.
Keep it in the family, son.
What is?
What is? Welcome to the family, son.
That is incorrect, Heath.
Okay. What was episode 88?
I'm sad at how close you were because it is episode 86 backlog talk. Chris mentions he wants advice on a first date idea as a bit because Heath hasn't been on very many first dates. So that was the episode.
So what, you're not mentioned by name in that episode?
No.
I would argue that that's not a Samantha mention then.
I said I was hinted at, not
Shut
mentioned
your
by
mouth.
name. It was literally in the question.
There's a twinkle in her eye, and you're ruining it.
I'll have to reference it.
Chris is in trouble right now, so Heath, you get to pick the next
I'll
category.
pick the next category. Childhood games for 200, please.
Oh no! It's okay. It's
Okay,
fine.
phew, what a save.
Childhood games for 200. The first game that Samantha can remember playing. Oh, Heath, I thought you would have this one. Okay.
What is Zoo Tycoon?
That is incorrect. Chris, do you have a guess?
What is The Sims?
That's not true either. Man. Elmo's Number Journey.
Oh.
Heath, you made so many jokes about it.
Forget?
Yeah. I thought you guys would get that. All right. Heath, we'll pass it back to you.
Childhood games for 100, please.
Okay. The only Mario Kart racing game where two players can control one cart.
She's barely said one.
I'm going to reset it because I do think I was still talking.
What is Mario Kart Double Dash?
That is correct.
The best one.
Chris, you get to pick.
Samantha Games Chris Edition for 800.
The final boss in Slay the Spire. Chris?
What is the heart?
That is true. Oh, Heath, you seem to know that. That surprises me. Okay, next question. Chris, you get to pick.
Samantha Games for 200.
Samantha's most played game of 2024.
I actually don't know what it is.
What is Balatro?
That is correct.
Oh.
Yeah, I played way too much of that game. Chris?
Samantha Games 400.
In Chapter 2 of Deltarune, this is the name of the song that plays during your first battle with Birdly. Chris or Heath?
What is Smart Race?
That is correct.
Samantha Games Heath Edition for 400, please.
The name of the second character introduced in Baba Is You.
Oh, shit. She slowed down. Who is Kiki?
That is correct.
I don't think I knew that one.
It's just going to come down to which of us gets the daily double. Samantha Games Heath Edition for 600.
The shady art dealer's name in the Animal Crossing series.
Ooh.
I've mentioned his name to both of you. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Who is Spanthan?
This is horrible.
No.
We wish. Oh, it starts with an R, I think. I haven't played that game in years. Oh, my weeds are everywhere.
Yeah, my roses are out of control.
Who is Ren?
Oh, Heath, it's the second time. Red. I'm sorry, buddy. That means I guess it transfers to Chris.
Let's do Samantha Games Chris Edition for 1,000.
Good luck. This sci-fi game took 4th place on Samantha's top 10 games of 2024. Chris?
What is Prey?
That is incorrect.
It wasn't Outer Wilds, so it's got to be Mass Effect 3.
That is also incorrect.
I figured it out.
Yeah, Chris, I put this on here because you had a really hard time remembering that I played Transistor.
Oh, that's a sci-fi game.
You silly gooses. None of you can remember Transistor.
Prey was like number 3, wasn't it?
It was number 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm offended. Mass Effect 3 was number 3.
Oh, it's a crit. I should have remembered the category.
That helps.
Would have helped. Passes to Heath.
Samantha Games Heath Edition for 800.
The fictional country in which Papers, Please takes place.
What is Estroitska?
That is not correct.
Oh, you weren't gonna. I would have given
Fuck
it to
him.
him. Oh wow, yeah, because he's winning, right?
Yeah.
All right. What is Arstotska?
Ah, fuck you guys.
Let's keep the party going. Samantha Games Heath Edition for 1,000.
With hacks like Motherlode and Rosebud, this is the first game Samantha used cheat codes in. And the crowd goes silent.
What's The Sims 3? What is The Sims 3?
That is correct. Nice work. Quite a comeback.
And so Samantha Games for 600, please.
The daily double.
All right. So right now I'm going to tally up your point totals. You can choose to wager a certain number of points before seeing the question. You guys will write down your answers, and then they will be revealed, and you either win or lose the wager based on whether you get it correct.
That's pretty egalitarian. Yeah.
I mean, that's how Jeopardy does it, maybe, right?
That's how they do the final Jeopardy.
Oh, well, we're going to be fun.
This is fun Jeopardy.
I've watched Jeopardy, but like a while ago.
I've listened to this podcast, but a while ago.
Heath, you are at 3,400 points. Chris is at 3,200, and Heath is
gets
at
the points for Forbidden City, and I don't
corrected myself within the time allotted. You know what's actually the Jeopardy rule is? Even if you misspell the word, you must have the right number of syllables. I think they might have accepted a Stroitska.
Okay.
I think someone tried to write Panama Canal, but wrote Panama Canal, and that was wrong. And it was like really hard to swallow.
Okay. Pretty close here. 3,200 to 3,400.
That's my wager.
I have my wager.
Oh, right. Here is the question. Samantha's chosen love interest in the Mass Effect trilogy.
Is first name acceptable?
Yeah. Okay. It seems like everyone has answered their answers, so let's reveal. Is your wager on here?
Yeah.
My heart is racing.
Heath wagered $1,400 or points. He said, "Who is Liara?" But it would have been the club owner lady given the chance.
Wow, he went above and beyond.
He's correct on both counts. So it's 1,400 points for Heath.
Is it Talok?
It's Tassoni.
Oh,
Talok. Aria Talok is the club owner.
owner.
Oh, I'm mixing and matching my blue ladies.
I didn't know how to spell Tassoni.
Chris wagered 1,200 points and said, "Who is Liara?" So both correct, boys.
Pretty tame wagers.
Yeah, that's interesting. You guys are both pretty close, so that makes a lot of sense. You didn't want to risk too much. Jack is the one I thought who was the hottest, though. She's a smoke show.
She's bald.
Who cares?
You clearly, Heath. Hey, that worked so well for me. I'm going to choose Samantha Games for 800, please.
All right. The southernmost city on the map of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Heath?
What is Markarth?
That is incorrect.
What is Whiterun?
That is also incorrect.
Is Solitude?
Southernmost, buddy.
Solitude's
Riften?
almost in the north.
It's Riften.
Oh.
Is Riften a city or a town?
It's a city.
It's a municipality. What's the population of Riften?
You guessed Whiterun.
Yo, we need a Skyrim census.
Whiterun and Riften are close. Geographically.
They're close geographically. Riften is as much a city as Whiterun is a city. What are you Googling right now?
The population
Riften.
of Riften.
God.
City?
Riften's a city. It's the capital of the whole.
All right. It is a major city.
You were out
Yeah,
of your
fuck
mind,
off, Chris. Yeah.
Hey, choose, buddy. I got it wrong.
Trying to litigate Jeopardy right now.
All right. Samantha game is 1,000.
In the first part of Inscription, during the boss fight on the second map, the opponent's board will populate with this card if the player is too close to winning on their first run. Chris.
What is a grizzly bear?
That is correct.
Oh.
Man, I'm impressed you knew that. 1,000 points for Chris, which he needed. Okay, there's only 2 slots left. Chris, you get to pick 600 or 800.
How about childhood games for 600?
A racing game that originally came out over 20 years ago and is now getting a sequel. Sorry, I didn't reset. Go ahead, Chris.
What is Kirby Air Ride?
Were you going to say that?
I was going to say that.
Okay, I believe you. That was such a miss thing by me. All right, there's one category left. Childhood games for 800, and I am asking it. The final question. The first console Samantha owned, received as a birthday present. Chris?
What is Nintendo DS?
That is incorrect.
I mean, Wii Music is close, so what is a Wii?
That is incorrect. It is the Nintendo GameCube.
What did she play on it? Double Dash. Oh.
Double Dash.
I played Kirby Air Ride and Double Dash and Mario Sunshine. It was great. All right, that is our final question for Jeopardy. So let's go ahead and tally up those final points. Heath, you come in at a whopping 4,800 points. However, Chris comes in at 6,000 points, meaning that he's our winner for Samantha video game Jeopardy. Everyone give him a round of applause.
I had some built-in advantages that must go acknowledged.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised in the Daily Double era.
I was sweating.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Heath knows me better than Chris. That's crazy. So thanks for playing, everyone.
Heath also didn't try sandbagging your really sweet questions in the Mobius Tubes part.
What?
Sandbagging. If you dispute it, you should just look it up.
Looks like I have nothing to dispute.
Yeah. Seems like you're fine.
And we'll start wrapping up this episode. Samantha, we're going to really miss having you here. Is there anything you want to say? You should probably tell us, what kind of games are you expecting to get up to in the rest of 2025 while you're away?
Well, I've started playing Hades, and it's been really good.
I'm very excited about that.
I'm hoping to touch Banner Saga 2. The ending of Banner Saga 1, I had some difficulties with the last battle.
Spoilers for Banner Saga 1.
And that kind of put me off the Banner Saga series.
Have you not beaten it yet?
No, I beat it. It was just...
Who died?
The canonical person died, but...
No, it could be either one, couldn't it?
Yeah.
If you give her the arrow.
Alette died.
That's your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Phew, okay. Can't you give it to...
Rook, yeah. It's either Rook or Alette. One of them isn't making it to chapter 2.
No, I thought Rook always survives, and you could have given it to love interest lady.
I don't think so.
I believe it's Rook or Alette.
It could have been Rook? Wow.
Yeah, big L if it's him.
Yeah.
Definitely, it seems like an unbalanced decision that you're kind of going into blind. That wasn't it. I just kind of misunderstood what was going on with the fight. Like sometimes Banner Saga instructions are a little bit unclear, and that really got me pretty bad. I had to redo the fight 2 times because I took a lot of damage because I didn't know what my next step to progress was. And so then I started the second half of the fight with everybody injured, and it was totally unfair.
Yeah.
So I had to reboot it, and then I reboot it again. It was annoying because my computer exploded.
Hades.
Anyways, Hades is great. I'm going to keep playing that. Hopefully I will touch Banner Saga 2. I know The Last Defense Academy came out, and I intend to play it. I hope I will play it this year.
What's that?
That is another game by Spike Chunsoft. And it looks amazing.
It has Danganronpa energy.
It's got that bunny suit lady, doesn't it?
It has great reviews, so that's exciting. I don't have any plans past that. I'll have a lot more free time, so maybe I'll play more games.
Very good.
And if you want to recommend a game that Samantha should play while she's Blues Clues going to college, you need only write in to MobiusTubesPodcast@gmail.com.
That's MobiusTubesPodcast@gmail.com. We're going to have a big email next episode, but don't let that discourage you. Send us more. And that's going to do it for this long episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you next time.